Cancel.
Schweezy.
Okay. The next movie I watched, Chip 'n Dale's Rescue Ranger. This is on the old D+. Chip 'n Dale's Rescue Rangers. I've been seeing it all over TikTok. That is like, okay, look at all these cameos in this movie. It's so much fun. Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers, the new movie on Netflix. It's pretty awesome. Plus, John Mulaney, he voices Chip, and I know a lot of people don't like. Do people not like John Mulaney anymore? I still like him. I still think he's hilarious, and I don't think his personal life, he did that bad in his personal life. He has a wonderful baby, Olivia Munn, and I think he's hilarious. So obviously, I had to full throttle see that movie. Synopsis of the film. I don't want to spoil it too much, but if you're on TikTok, it's already been spoiled for you. God damn, I hate my hair today. Synopsis of the film. It's basically, it's in this world where like cartoons and humans live like simultaneously. And with that being said, so Chip and Dale were like kids in school and then became friends and eventually got pitched their own TV show, which is the Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, from late 80s, early 90s, the cartoon, like that was their show and stuff like that. So it was like really cool. They were famous for that. But Dale wanted to make like a solo show called like 00 Dale, which was like this bad James Bond ripoff show, and ended up canceling Rescue Rangers, and 00 Dale never really got off the back. So then time jump happens. We're in modern day. Chip now sells insurance. And then fucking Dale works at Chip and Dale's or stuff like that, and he also goes to like conventions and stuff like that, which is really funny. But then they find out their old friend Monterey Jack from the original show has a cheese addiction, and he had to borrow a lot of money from Sweet Pete. And then he gets kidnapped, and they try to do this process called bootlegging, where they like take these cartoon characters, like change their appearance, and they make those really awful bootleg movies you see in China and other like third world countries. They're just like really cheap rip-off movies, and that's what they call bootlegging. It's a really very aware, open process to the movie. Another weird thing was like, so Chip was in 2D animation, and then Dale was in 3D animation, and how they explain it in the movie, which is a very clever idea, was that like he got this 3D animation surgery just to be more modern and hip. I thought the 3D looked really good, but the 2D animation, like sometimes it was something weird with like the frame rate or something like that. It just made it look kind of weird. Maybe it was in a higher frame. I don't know how to explain it, but it looked kind of weird at times. Maybe it was just like live action CG and like hand-drawn animation. Maybe that's what made it so weird. They also did... So the villain of the story is Sweet Pete, a.k.a., and it turns out to be an old man Peter Pan. That's not hard. That's going to be hard. I'm sorry if this is a spoiler for you. But, like, the way they kind of portrayed him, and that they kind of did him dirty. I mean, Disney originally did him dirty or something like that. So, like, I guess originally with the guy who played it. So this is a story I know, which could be very, very, very wrong. So apparently, like, he made exclusive deals. So he played Peter Pan live action. He also did the voice on the animated Peter Pan, the guy who played it. And then eventually, it was like a contract to only star in Disney films and stuff like that. Then he got blacklisted or something from Disney. And they kind of, what I like to call blue-balled from Hollywood and stuff like that. And then ended up becoming a drug addict. And then he was found, like, dead and homeless. Wasn't very cool. And of course they like made it to this like the original actor like that. I'm like, Jesus, that's kind of rough. Yeah, that's kind of rough. That's kind of rough there, bud. Yeah, that was pretty rough. But like I said, they had a lot of cool cameos and a lot of parodies. Probably my favorite one in the entire movie was Batman v E.T., which is like a joke on Batman v Superman. It's like Batman versus E.T., which is like the dumbest fucking concept I've ever seen in my entire life. And I'm like, I kind of want to see that movie. Zack Snyder, would it follow Batman v Superman? I want to make it would have to follow some sort of like the original E.T., and then like that would lead to Batman v E.T. or something like that. If we think he's even part of threat, we have to make sure for whatever, like they did and anything. But luckily Disney owns, and so luckily Disney owns a ton of properties. So using a lot of these cameos was not a difficult thing at all. But one that was always really confusing because they had some like, I very much know Disney does not have the rights to these characters. One of them that I know was Ugly or Sonic, but they used like the Ugly Sonic, the one before they redid him because everyone got really uncomfortable with how it looked. Which look, the new one like is perfect. Like they should have just done it like that to begin with. Anyways though, but it's Ugly Sonic, not the real Sonic. It's Ugly Sonic, and so they got away with it. Apparently, this is the story I was heard. They got away with it because they're going with parody and calling it Ugly Sonic, not actual Sonic, Ugly Sonic. And they even mentioned that in the movie. No, I'm not Sonic. I'm Ugly Sonic. And so very much like they did it just because of the parodies. And so like, I guess they're like, people are interviewing the director, be like, how did you get Ugly Sonic in there? It's like, well, it's a parody. And I really can't speak much more on that because if I slip up, lawyers will go after me. So I'm like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So it's like really funny. Like he's like, I have to really watch the words I say because of lawyers. Most people are like, I got you. You get what you're trying to say. Like they really had lawyers go through that film, making sure they could get away with all these cameos of properties they don't own. But yeah, what I'll say overall, very funny movie. If you load up your Disney Pluses. After you finish the next episode of Obi-Wan Kenobi, what you can go ahead and do is hit up Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers movie. It should be advertised all over D Plus right now, so don't be stingy. Go check it out. Hey, you just finished one of the many, many highlights from Cancel Schweezy. We got plenty more on the channel, so make sure you hit that subscribe button, and if you like what you just watched, go ahead and smash that like button as well. Go subscribe for more so we can teach you how to be a better human in our world. So, stay awesome.